Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan juga salam UiTM di hatiku. Terima kasih para hadirin sekalian kerana bersama-sama kita di pagi ini. Pertama sekali saya ingin ucapkan selamat datang dan tahniah kepada pelajar-pelajar yang terpilih untuk masuki UiTM dan juga menyertai Fakulti Pendidikan. Tahniah kepada anda semua dan syabas. Jadi ini adalah sekadar peringatan mesra kepada semua selaku mahasiswa yang berwibawa. Anda semua dinasihatkan untuk bersama-sama memastikan agar hanya komen-komen dan kata-kata yang positif dikongsikan di ruangan YouTube chat live. Selain itu anda juga semua diingatkan untuk mengisi borang pendaftaran kehadiran. Sebab kalau anda semua tak isi, kehadiran anda tidak akan dikira. So jangan lupa mengisi borang pendaftaran kehadiran bagi setiap sesi pagi dan juga petang sepanjang program minggu EDU 5.0. Bagi capaian atau link kepada borang pendaftaran kehadiran tersebut, ini akan dikongsikan di ruangan YouTube chat live di penghujung sesi nanti. So sebelum kita teruskan, saya ingin menzahirkan setinggi-tinggi kesyukuran dan berterima kasih kehadrat Ilahi atas keizinannya kita dapat bersama-sama berkumpul secara maya bagi mengikuti sesi pertama, sesi kelima bagi program minggu EDU 5.0 UiTM, iaitu sesi penerangan berkenaan student mobility dan sama program. Sebelum teruskan, saya adalah Encik Muhammad Nur Rizami bin Hamidi. Saya merupakan pensyarah di Jabatan Pendidikan Jasmani dan Kesihatan, iaitu PJK, dan juga selaku pengacara majlis dan moderator sesi pagi ini. Jadi untuk kita teruskan program pagi ini, kita akan mula dengan nyanyian dua buah lagu, iaitu lagu lagu Negaraku dan juga lagu Wawasan Setia Warga UiTM, dan disusuli dengan bacaan doa yang akan dipimpin oleh saudara Muhammad Fatih Mukri bin Ahmad Fikri. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan.
Kita jangan mudah terleka. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Kami memanjatkan kesyukuran kepadamu kerana mengizinkan kami untuk berkumpul sempena Minggu Edu 5.0 pada pagi yang penuh keberkatan ini. Kami memohon kepadamu agar engkau berkatilah minggu ini dengan limpahan rahman dan rahimmu. Semoga segala usaha kami dalam menjayakan minggu ini mendapat keredaan dan hidayahmu. Di saat ini juga kami merafakkan tangan kehambaan mengharapkan ihsanmu agar engkau berikanlah dan lanjutkanlah kecemerlangan kepada kami sama ada dalam bidang kurikulum maupun aspek pembinaan sasiah insan dan seterusnya menganugerahkan kepada kami kecemerlangan demi kecemerlangan yang lebih bermakna dalam pelbagai bidang pada masa-masa yang akan datang. Ya Allah, hanya kepada kamu sahaja kami panjatkan kesyukuran atas segala rahmat dan berkat-Mu. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Majlis merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada wakil pelajar semester 5 sebentar tadi, iaitu dari program Ijazah Sarjana Muda Pendidikan Jasmani dan Kesihatan, iaitu saudara Fatih Mukri atas bacaan doa. Okay, terima kasih juga diucapkan kepada semua nyanyian lagu yang penuh semangat sebentar tadi. Okey, baiklah hadirin sekalian, majlis kini akan diteruskan dengan agenda utama kita pada pagi ini, iaitu sesi penerangan berkenaan Student Mobility and Summer Program. Okay, bersama dengan kita kali ini adalah Dr. Sheikha Majid, iaitu pensyarah kanan Fakulti Pendidikan di Jabatan TESA. Beliau juga merupakan pegawai perhubungan bahagian hal ehwal antarabangsa Fakulti Pendidikan. Jadi, tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, saya menjemput Dr. Sheikha Majid untuk meneruskan sesi ini. Dipersilakan, Doktor.
Okay, terima kasih Encik Hizami. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi semua. Selamat pagi kepada pelajar-pelajar. Welcome to UiTM. Alright, okay, firstly izinkan saya untuk menggunakan bahasa Melayu dan juga bahasa Inggeris di pagi ini ya. Mixing languages biasalah kan. Alright, okay, so saya Dr. Sheikha Majid and saya merupakan senior lecturer pensyarah kanan di Fakulti Pendidikan UiTM dan juga liaison officer for the faculty working with the Department of International Affairs UiTM. Alright, so pada pagi ini saya akan mengulas sedikit berkenaan student mobility dan summer program yang I'm sure semua you guys are looking forward to this, akan suka untuk student exchange program ke luar negara dan sebagainya. Kalau diizinkan untuk ke luar negara, mungkin boleh ke luar negara secara fizikal. Kalau tidak, ada juga peluang-peluang secara virtual. Okay, saya akan memulakan. Mohon pihak tag boleh share slides. Okay, alright. Saya akan memulakannya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so I'll be presenting regarding students mobility and summer program. Next slide. Okay, what does a liaison officer do? What do I do? I am the middle person between UiTM Faculty Pendidikan, Education Faculty to other international universities or institutions. So what I do is that I connect. For example, let's say the Timbalan Dekan Academic says that, okay, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia would like to do some activity with us. Can you try to, talk to them, discuss with them on what the activity will be about and how will we do it? Okay, so I would then go to UPI, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, and then I will talk to the officers there, and then maybe they would like to do a meeting with our Timbalan Dekan Academic. Okay, so I will set up the meeting and so on. So I am basically the middle person, ya, orang tengah ya, untuk fakulti pendidikan dan universiti kat luar. Alright, and next. Okay, so the issue, the main focus of the day, student mobility. So what is student mobility? The word mobility itself talks about, movement, yeah, easily to move around. So in this case, is regarding you guys, the students, to move around from one university to another, let's say. So it's the incoming or outgoing, or we call it inbound and outbound students within the country or across the border, for education. So it's basically international, inbound and outbound. So inbound meaning students from outside coming into Malaysia, let's say, or and then outbound means you guys, students from UiTM, to go out to the universities out there, international universities. So that is student mobility. So the word I'll be using today, inbound and outbound, you will see it in the next slides, okay? Inbound and outbound. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so advantages of inbound and outbound programs. So you can, of course, when you go out to another university, especially to another country, you can learn from each other, from other students out there, especially in terms of culture. Okay, you can learn their culture, the way they study, the way they go about within their lives. Okay, so you yourself have to adapt to their way of life as well in some ways. You will need to adjust. So there'll be cultural awareness as well. Maybe there are some cultures you have not been exposed in Malaysia, so when you go out to another country, you will be exposed to various cultures and so on. You have to adapt, as I have mentioned. You will then need to be open-minded in a way. For example, I'll just give you my experience when I went to the UK. Okay, firstly, shops close. They close at 6-7 p.m. Okay, pukul 6-7 petang malam dah tutup, kita nak buat apa pula lepas tu? So you would have to adapt. Tak boleh nak shopping dah lepas tu. Kena balik rumah, belajar pula. Kan? And then coffee shops pun tutup lebih kurang waktu tu juga. So budaya melepak kita yang kita dah biasa tu, kita dah tak boleh dah buat kat situ. So you need to adapt, right? You need to be open-minded as well, because for example in the UK they drink a lot, they have pubs all over. So kita tak boleh buat muka yang macam alamak, najis ke contohnya lah untuk budaya-budaya Melayu kita kan. Okay, so kita kena adapt. And I've mentioned here global citizenship, because we would like to be, we would like to become part of them, at least for that short while we are there. We want to become their citizens, right? So I hope this is clear. These are the advantages. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Right, so inbound outbound programs does not just include student exchange. There are also other activities that we can do, like webinars or seminars and talks. Okay. And then audit. Audit means that okay, when you do student exchange, that you need to take, you need to do the assignments, the examinations. You need to do all these things as a student. But for audit, you just come into the classroom once in a while, just to learn. Auditing is to learn the way they do their studying and their teaching methods, okay, and so on, something like that. So apart from that, like conferences, symposiums, it is also counted as inbound or outbound program. Okay, yeah, not only student exchange, but I will focus on student exchange for this time. All right, next slide. Okay, these are the past inbound students coming in that we have done, and we have collaborated with, I don't know if you can see, it's quite small. There are a few activities with, if you see, there are many, like Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Hold on, let me just make it bigger in my part. I also have the slides open here in my computer. So yeah, you have Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia with student exchange program, yeah, Beijing Union University, Semarang State University, and we have summer program as well, Shandong Sheikha University. These are the past inbound where students come in, most probably before the outbreak, the pandemic happened, yeah, where they come in physically to our university. So you can see summer program, activities, organizations, trainings, workshop, and paper presentations as well. Okay, right, next slide. Okay, these are just some newspaper clippings of the previous activities, previous inbound. Okay, 5 UPI students came to our faculty for one semester. Yeah, they came in. As you can see, this is at the airport. Physically, they came in. Next slide. We also have from Sheikha University, China, where it was a 15-day summer program organized by the Faculty of Education. This was in 2019, right? Next slide. And this was a bit more recent in 2020, 52 participants from Chang'an University. They came in for just 10 days for a summer program. Okay, as you can see, so many of them and 52 participants, yeah, that's quite a lot. Pictures, I guess they went sightseeing as well, KLCC, Tugu Negara, right? Okay, next slide. Okay, and there's because I could not find any pictures for this one, I just put in a newspaper clipping. You don't have to read this. It's I'll just go through it a bit. So we have 15 Beijing Union University where they audited. They came in for various courses. Okay, it's not just, let's say, TESOL, other courses as well. TESOL is one of 8, and we have a postgraduate student as well that have audited pengurusan dan kepimpinan sarjana pendidikan, leadership program, leadership course. All right, next slide. All right, so because we are in the inbound students, we are talking about inbound students, I would just like to mention the future inbound students that for the next semester, they'll be coming in. Next slide. We have a postgraduate student from China that will be sitting in, taking exams as well. So it's a student exchange. When you hear exchange, don't really think that like student from UiTM will go and then student from China will come. No, it can just be one way. So this the postgraduate student here, she will come in and she will be taking examinations. So there will be credit transfer. I'll talk about credit transfer more later. Okay, there will be credit transfer going on. And also for undergraduates, there will be 5 undergraduates from Universitas Negeri Surabaya that will come in, both virtually, the postgraduate and undergraduate, both virtually. Unfortunately, we can't do it physically. So they will still be coming into the classes. They will do the examinations. Okay, so these undergraduate students are students, they will be coming into the Department of Science and Mathematics in our faculty. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how it will go, right? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so these are the past outbound programs that we have done. And we did student exchange as well with UPI, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. You will see it, it's recurring here because UPI, we are Faculty of Education, they Universitas Pendidikan kan. So memang selalu bekerjasama, right? So there are like paper presentations, training, workshops, okay, academic visit as well. Academic visit, I think outbound and inbound also applies to staff members, okay, of the faculty. So that is why you see like paper presentation, most probably staff members of the university did this, right? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this was the art and design education students who went out to UPI, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, for 1 semester. So I have a feeling that it was a student exchange program where they did assignments, examinations, there was a credit transfer and so on. Okay, next slide. Okay, future outbound students. Okay, I'm very proud to say, next slide, that they will be going out physically. Okay, congratulations from Faculty Pendidikan. You can see the last name there, Wan Shahme Amiruddin Wan Khairuddin. Congratulations to Wan Shahme. He will be going to Lakeside University, Canada. And yeah, this is a scholarship actually, a scholarship plus student exchange where he will get some money as well to be used for he's studying there, okay, for 1 semester. So this is called the SEED program, Canada Asian Scholarship and Education Exchange for Development, SEED. So, and it is not easy to get this scholarship. This is why we at the Faculty of Education are very proud of him that he obtained the scholarship, along with from other faculties as well. From UiTM, we have Shalin Salihuddin, right, from Faculty of Chemical Engineering. And we also have a postgraduate student here, Fatin Nurhanani. So congratulations to all of them. Next slide. So, okay, we have 2 students from our faculty, both TESOL students. Wan Shahme previously is also a TESOL student. So both of them here, Sarah and Afni, will be going to Southern Connecticut State University. Inshallah, they'll be going in United States. Okay, so here, for this one, this is not a scholarship program at all. It's just a student exchange program. So you have to think before you apply, you really have to think whether you are able to spend the money, okay, to go out there. You have flight tickets, your expenditure there, food, accommodation, and so on. So Alhamdulillah, Sarah and Afni, they'll be going inshallah. And yeah, they applied and they got accepted for this program to Southern Connecticut State University, SCSU. Congratulations to both of them as well. It is not that easy, right, to get to get admitted. All right, next slide. Okay, recent inbound and outbound activities that we have done recently, very recently done. Next slide. Okay, so we had a program that UiTM and NITUC Japan collaborated where for 2 weeks, you can see the date range there because there was a break in between where UiTM TESOL students taught English to NITUC students in Japan. This was done virtually as well, and it was quite interesting. And this is counted as outbound, inbound as well because both, yeah, for this one, both because our students basically went when we go into the virtual platform, we went to NITUC. Okay, you can imagine that. And then the students also came in. So it's kind of both inbound, outbound. So both it's counted, right? Yeah, so we had this done and Alhamdulillah, it was very positive. We had positive feedback from NITUC. They loved it very much and they actually wanted this to be an annual thing, maybe even twice a year to be done with their students. So congratulations, TESOL Faculty of Education, TESOL students. You guys did a very good job. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this was the most recent one, 27, 28 September, just a few days back. International Education Symposium 2021. This is counted as inbound program where international students from I think 16 countries, a lot of countries. So we had 200 applications to join this International Education Symposium, but we had to, choose who we can take in. So yeah, IES 2021, it was a success as well. Alhamdulillah, 27 and 28 September, inbound program. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so what do you really need to look out for is that, next slide. Okay, I will later on give you the Instagram for the Department of International Affairs, Instagram, yeah. So you need to look out for, firstly, like quote unquote advertisements. Yeah, they will post, like for example here, announcement for the opening of exchange program for fall 2021 this is to Thailand. Okay, and the next one is to Korea, Kangwon National University. So you need to look out for these. And you also need to keep in mind, I can't really see it right now, it's too small for me, but there are like programs or courses that they want. Okay, for example, in Thailand University here, Mae Fa Luang University, it's biodiversity and food science and technology. So yeah, so if you are a TESOL student, this is not for you. So you need to look this out. Look at this, yeah, look this out, and yeah. For example, TESOL students, you may be able to apply to Kangwon National University, but okay, this is already closed, 2021. This is the past advertisement actually. And yeah, because there is language here, so maybe it relates to you, so you can try. So you need to look at the advertisements carefully, whether it is for you or not, right? Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is not really a student exchange program. There might be programs you can also take a look, programs, language exchange, for example, here. But this is for, it's not for us. this is for international students actually, where they wanted international students to come in, maybe to learn Malay. So, but in the future, it might be the other way around. Yeah. So just take a look at the Instagram post. It might be like they want Malaysian students to learn Spanish, for example. So you exchange languages with Spanish students from somewhere in Spain. Yeah. So something like this is also fun. It's not just student exchange. It can be just language exchange or any other activities. They might post for like, there will be a talk, maybe webinars, for example. Yeah. So, okay, I think we can move on to the next slide. Right, for student exchange programs, what are the requirements? So this is not exactly the requirements for each and every university that is posted in the Instagram page. But the basic thing is that, okay, there needs to be some English proficiency results requirements there. Mostly, usually it's MUET, more than band 3. But maybe, I don't know, they might ask the university, the international university might ask for any other type of results. I'm not sure. So you have to, take a look at that as well. Okay. And also recent semester results, CGPA more than 3. So if your CGPA is lower than 3, maybe so you can't really apply. A recommendation letter. So this recommendation letter, you need to discuss it with me, and I will try to help you in this aspect, because you also need to get a signature from the dean. Yeah. So a recommendation letter and a CV where you talk about yourself, you promote yourself, right? And also, you need to look at before you apply, you look at the course, as I've mentioned, the subjects offered, whether it is suitable with your program, your course. Okay. Take a look at the subjects, whether there is a similar subject that you can take there. For example, let's say you have a subject called literature, contemporary literature in the TESOL program. So you also need to look out at the other university, something similar, contemporary something literature as well in that university. If, let's say, there are no similar subjects or course at that university, nothing literature, so you can't do credit transfer. Okay, you cannot do credit transfer. You cannot just choose any program or any subject that you like. No, it's not that way. It needs to be similar and align. And even the credit, for example, contemporary literature, 3 credit hour, it should be 3 credit hour in the partner university as well, in that international university. So you need to look at their website before applying. Just take a look at their subjects, and then think about whether you can apply or not. Or come to me, discuss with me, and then I'll say, okay, this is suitable for you. You can apply. You can try to apply, right? Okay, next slide. Okay, when I made this flow chart, it was a bit difficult because there is no really step-by-step process. I mean, the first 2-3 steps, it is a step-by-step process. After that, it all depends. Okay, it all depends. For example, okay, you apply and then you wait, and then if accepted, you need to wait for the offer letter first before anything else, right? It might take time. But during that time, you can choose suitable subjects. You can take a look at their websites and then try to align the subjects that is suitable to be taken there. And then you need to discuss with your ketua program. Okay, you need to discuss with them. They need to say, okay, you can take this subject, this subject, this subject. They need to approve it first. You can't just, for example, choose your subjects and then you don't talk to anyone. Terus-terus apply je subjek tu. Tak boleh. Kena ada approval. Kena discuss dengan ketua program tu. Kena. Mesti. Tak boleh. Okay. Tak boleh buat sendiri-sendiri je macam tu. Okay. And then we need to also get permission to fly overseas from the TNC HEP office, pejabat TNC HEP, where you need to write a letter, berikan permohonan kebenaran keluar negara. Okay, you need to write that letter. I would also need to write a cover letter as well for this. And then there are also certain documents to be sent out, including CV and so on, to send to the TNCHEP office. And then you can try to get the mobility fund to get some money, okay, from the DIA's office. There is this mobility fund that can help you a bit with your expenses. Okay, and then why did I put, as you can see, visa application is down here and it is like, there is a long arrow. Because visa application can be done whenever you already, for example, you have the offer letter, you can try to apply for your visa, but still you need to look at the country's visa website, the immigration website, to see the requirements. For example, sometimes just an offer letter is not enough. There needs to be another type of letter depending on the country, where maybe there needs to be, like, for example, to the UK, there is the CAS number. So it's another letter for you to get the confirmation of something, student application confirmation something. Okay, that's the UK CAS number. That's another letter. So you might need to wait 2-3 bulan lagi untuk dapat letter tu from that university, from the international university, and then you can apply for visa. Okay, so you need to do it accordingly lah. Tak semestinya macam dapat offer letter, terus boleh apply visa. Tak. So that's why it takes some time. That's why there is a long arrow here in the flow chart. And sometimes you can't apply early. Sometimes the visa center itself says apply 3 months before. Okay, you might already get the offer letter like 6 months before, but or 4 months before. But sometimes the visa center itself says apply 3 months before or 2 months before. So just look at the website as well. All right, next slide. Okay, I'll talk a bit about the mobility fund. So it all depends on where you're going, the amount of the money that you get. So for example, to Europe, if you are B40, also the categorization of B40 or non-B40 counts here. So to Europe, 8,000 ringgit. If you're not non-B40, 4,000 ringgit. So half of what it is here. So America 7,000, Arab 5,000. Okay, Asia Tenggara, if you are going to Indonesia, Thailand, you get a bit like 3,200 or 1,600. So it all depends. And with mobility fund, there are few documents as well to be sent in, which you can discuss with me. I will let you know what you need to do, and then we can apply for this. So it needs to be done 60 days before you fly out, before tarikh mula program. Okay, 60 days before. All right, that's it for the mobility fund. I think it's almost to the end here. Next slide. Okay, so context to note. So I mentioned the Instagram page before, right? So this is the Instagram page, dia.uitm. Just look it up, search it up at the Instagram. You will find it, okay? This is the web link page. Okay, and I've also put in my email here if you have any further questions. Sheikha at uitm.edu.my. I'm so sorry I can't put my phone number here because, well, phone number is quite I'm quite a private person. So if you are already in the in UiTM, in the faculty, and then you know someone who knows my number, then you can contact me via phone number. It's okay, via WhatsApp, Telegram, you can contact me. But for now, contact via email. Inshallah, I'll apply. Inshallah, I'll see it in my email and I'll apply pula. I'll reply. Sorry, tersasul. Inshallah, I'll reply. Okay. Right. I think this is the end. Next slide. Yeah, thank you. That's it. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
Okey, terima kasih Dr. Sheikha, perkongsian yang sangat-sangat menarik. Okey, so jadi kita buka sesi soal jawab lah. Okey, kepada mana-mana pelajar yang berminat, okey, atau ada sebarang soalan, anda boleh bertanya soalan di bahagian chat. Okey, dan kami akan bantuan anda untuk tanya soalan tersebut kepada Dr. Sheikha. Okey, sementara menunggu Dr. Sheikha, saya nak tanya, okay, berkenaan dengan requirement ataupun syarat-syarat kelayakan untuk program mobility tersebut. Okay, saya nampak tadi dia adalah cumulative CGPA. Okay, untuk pelajar baru mungkin diorang tak faham. Okay, untuk first semester, semester tersebut, current semester ataupun semester semasa kita panggil GPA. Okay, dan kalau cumulative maksudnya sehingga semester sekarang, maksudnya daripada semester 1 sehingga semester 3. Okey, pointer ataupun markah terkumpul tu, itu kita panggil sebagai CGPA, iaitu kumulatif. So bila dia ada perkataan kumulatif tu, so bermaksud dia ada syarat semester 1 masih belum layak untuk memohon program ni.
Belum, betul. Ya, betul Encik Izami. Semester 1 belum lagi tidak digalakkan lah untuk apply. Bila dah semester 2, insyaAllah boleh dah apply. After semester 2 dah dapat result tu, boleh apply. That's when you get your CGPA, kan, cumulative. Betul. Ya.
Okey, faham. Ada tak macam requirement lain yang mungkin ataupun yang lebih detail yang mungkin membantu, maksudnya sebagai contoh student pelajar ni dia adalah seorang yang aktif, sangat aktif daripada semester 1 sehingga semester 2, dan adakah perkara-perkara tersebut diambil kira untuk kelulusan untuk student mobility program ni?
Ya, betul. Diambil kira maksudnya dia macam ni, dia memang better, it's better, lagi lebih baik kalau student ni aktif, sangat aktif in co-curriculum ke kan, dia ada something to show. Bila apply tu adalah sijil-sijil, contohnya dalam CV kan kita, saya ada mention kena buat CV kan, resume, kena promote diri sendiri. So dalam resume tu kenalah mention saya aktif dalam ni. Like previous student saya yang Afni dengan Sarah pun, dia bukan saja letak kat dalam universiti tu. Masa sekolah pun dia letak dalam CV saya dulu kat sekolah aktif macam ni kan. Memang sangat membantulah. Betul.
Okey, so jadi para pelajar sekalian yang bersama-sama kita pagi ini, so itu adalah antara info yang dah perlu titik beratkan. Okay, yang mana dia bukan sahaja berkenaan dengan pencapaian akademik, dia juga melibatkan kita punya aktiviti-aktiviti seperti aktiviti pelajar ataupun involvement dengan keterlibatan dengan persatuan dan sebagainya. Okay, sebab macam kita tahu universiti ini dia bukan sahaja mendidik kita untuk bidang akademik ataupun ilmu, dia juga mendidik kita untuk menjadi seorang yang berpersonaliti, berpotensi untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin dan sebagainya. Jadi untuk program ni, program mobility ni, apa yang saya faham daripada apa yang Dr. Sheikha sampaikan sebentar tadi, dia adalah untuk kita belajar ataupun mendalami bahasa, culture, aktiviti dan cara hidup di negara lain. So sebagai persediaan bukan sahaja akademik yang kita perlu ambil kira, dia juga kita punya cara kita berkomunikasi, cara kita bersosial, yang mana benda tu boleh dapat daripada dengan cara kita involve ataupun aktif dengan aktiviti-aktiviti yang ada di universiti. Betul tak Sheikha?
Betul Encik Zami.
Okay.
Betul. Dan juga perlu diingatkan setiap universiti mungkin ada kriteria yang berbeza yang diorang nak. Diorang akan mention dan saya kena ketengahkanlah kepada student yang berminat itu bila di contact, katanya contohnya lah KNU, Universiti kat Korea, dia nak pergi. So they come to me, datang kepada saya dan cakap saya berminat, what are the criteria atau apakah so saya kena bagi tahu apa kriteria according to Korea National University tu. Bukan semua sama, bukan semua universiti sama.
Ini bermakna dia bukanlah sekadar macam student ataupun pelajar ni harus melepasi syarat kelayakan yang kita tetapkan, tapi juga harus melepasi syarat kelayakan yang ada universiti tetapkan, betul?
Betul. Dia bukan sama setiap universiti.
Ada sebarang soalan yang boleh kita ajukan sementara kita masih lagi mempunyai sesi bersama Dr. Sheikha. Okay.
Saya nampak tadi kalau band 3 maknanya boleh kan? Saya nampak dekat skrin ni. Boleh. Dia band 3 ke atas, muat dia. Pasal muat, okey, boleh. InsyaAllah boleh. Ya. Seperti saya kata tadi, each university ada dia punya kriteria. Kalau tiba-tiba universiti tu kata band 4 dan ke atas, band 4 dan ke atas lah maksudnya. Kan, band 3 mungkin tak boleh.
Bergantung kepada, seperti Sheikha cakap tadi lah kan, dia bergantung kepada syarat yang ditetapkan universiti.
Betul. Tapi secara basicnya selalunya lah band 3 lah, dia akan kata band 3 dan ke atas. Tapi kot-kot lah universiti tu nak band 4 ke atas pula kan, kena aware lah benda ni. Okay, ada soalan lain? Okay, how many UiTM students usually apply for these outbound programs? I noticed that only a few, maybe 3-5 students were involved. Yes, so usually not many apply. Tak banyak yang apply sebenarnya sebab tak ramai student yang aware. Tak ramai student yang aware on, for example, the Department of International Affairs website, Instagram page or Facebook page. They are not aware. So diorang tak tahu sangat. So memang 3 to 5 students exactly. From my experience lah, saya sekarang ni almost a year or dah berapa bulan dah menjadi liaison officer dan tak ramai lah yang apply. Betul. Dia kata apa yang dia notice ni, Anis, she noticed, I noticed only a few, like 3 or 5 students were involved. Yeah, because not many apply really. Yeah.
Okey,
Okay, ada soalan lain?
Doktor, saya nak izinkan saya bertanya. Ada ke had ataupun limitasi berkenaan dengan berapa ramai jumlah yang boleh mohon ataupun kita boleh hantar dalam satu tahun akademik?
Tak ada had. Kalau maksudnya ada sesuatu, contoh advertisement itu dari Instagram, International Affairs Office, kalau contohnya 10 orang nak try, kita akan usahakan 10 orang untuk apply. Kalau kriteria ni semua mencukupi lah, mencapai kan, kita akan cuba apply. Tapi saya nak ingatkan satu lagi, dia ada tarikh tutup, closing date to apply tu. Janganlah datang kepada saya sehari sebelum nak apply. Tu susah ya, tak boleh. Saya tak boleh ni sebab kena ada recommendation letter kan, dan juga kena mendapatkan signature dean. So dalam masa satu hari tu susah ya nak uruskan benda tu semua. Kadang-kadang dean pun busy, kita nak kejar dean untuk sign semua tu tak senang. So sehari sebelum tu mungkin boleh give up dulu. Kalau contohlah student ni nampak advertisement tu sehari sebelum, rasa nak apply, tolonglah, susah ya. Tak, dah macam terlambat kat situ.
Mungkin saya boleh bagi sedikit pandangan berkenaan isu tersebut. Mungkin bagi pelajar-pelajar yang berminat dan dia tahu potensi diri dia, so mungkin dia boleh pertama sekali mungkin dia boleh berbincang dengan ketua program. Sebagian dia dah tahu ada program ni, so dia boleh bincang dengan ketua program apa langkah-langkah ataupun persediaan yang dia perlu lakukan. So jadinya setiap persediaan tu dia siapkan awal. So bila cukup syarat, maksudnya bila dia melangkah ke semester 2 dan dah melepasi setiap syarat kelayakan, so dia boleh mula mohon. So jadi mungkin masalah last minute ni ataupun keterlewatan ni tak berlaku lah, sebabnya macam Sheikha cakap, prosedur dia panjang. Macam kita tengok tadi dekat slide pun, prosedur dia panjang, dia melibatkan banyak benda dan dia melibatkan banyak pihak. Jadinya kalau submission one day before tu memang sangat-sangat
susah,
tak relevan lah ataupun tak realistik. So jadi mungkin boleh buat persediaan awal. Mungkin kalau kata nak pergi ke semester 3, semester 2 ataupun semester 1 dah boleh mula plan. Dah boleh buat perancangan.
Untuk mungkin program lain, mungkin bukan ke Korea contohnya, mungkin in the future mungkin ada ke US, seperti yang student kita ada Sarah dengan Afni ke US, atau Canada seperti Wan Syahmi. Ya, mungkin ke tempat-tempat seperti itu. Atau kadang-kadang ada Thailand. Kadang-kadang kan student kita pun dia nak milih tau. Dia nak pergi Jepun dengan Korea je contohnya. Dia tak nak pergi Thailand ke Indonesia ke. Tak boleh lah macam tu kan. Kita you nak belajar, so patutnya kat mana-mana patutnya should be exciting for you. Bukan saja Korea dengan Jepun. And then saya ada baca tadi, dia tanya apakah probability untuk dapat lah kan, what would be the probability sebenarnya to get the offer. Itu saya tak boleh nak katakan. So tu based on that university punya ni lah, punya their own discretion. Dia yang memilih seseorang student itu. So saya tak tahu probability dia. Probability dia 50-50 lah kan. Kita hantar, so it will be yes or no. Okay, you will get or you will not get. So selain dari itu saya tak boleh nak kata lebih lah. Ada soalan lain?
Mungkin untuk persediaan pelajar dia boleh jangan target untuk the minimum requirement, tapi try to prepare more than that. Maksudnya try to reach the maximum.
Betul.
Untuk elakkan ataupun untuk mengurangkan potensi untuk permohonan anda ditolak.
Betul. Okey, ada pertanyaan juga di sini. Apa yang akan ditanggung oleh UiTM? Okey, sepanjang student exchange program ni UiTM takkan tanggung apa-apa kecuali you can try to apply mobility fund yang saya ada kat dalam slide tadi tu, mobility fund. Itu pun kena apply dan akan maksudnya the Department of International Affairs Office yang akan decide whether to give you the money or not, macam tu. Half sahaja ke atau penuh depending you B40 ke bukan B40. Selain dari tu yang ditanggung oleh UiTM tak ada. Kita dalam perbincangan untuk mungkin memberikan sedikit juga pertolongan duit dari faculty tapi belum lagi finalize, so saya tak boleh kata apa-apa untuk tu sekarang. Saya tak nak macam bagi korang hope. Okay, mungkin tak approve lagi, yelah, saya tak boleh cakap apa-apa lagi. Okay, so kena ingatlah kalau nak apply ni kena make sure you boleh bayar your accommodation, your living expenses semua kat situ kan. Tu kena ingat. Nanti pergi kat situ nak makan apa kan, macam tu. Where can I look for the advertisement? Dekat the Instagram of the Department of International Affairs Office. So when you go into Instagram, you type uitm.dia, or is it dia.uitm? Saya dah terbalik ya. Just search for it dekat the Instagram dia.uitm. Yeah, dia.uitm. Oh, thank you Husna. dia.uitm. Okay, saya nak ulaskan juga. Ini yang paling senang tengok advertisement itu. Tapi contohnya kalau ada yang berminat untuk student exchange program tapi tiada advertisement, kita pun boleh cuba. Cuma lagi panjang prosesnya dan lagi susah sebab saya yang kena, I would have to contact that university punya liaison officer dan tanya mereka kalau diorang boleh nak terima tak student, boleh apply ke tak, and then baru kita boleh apply kalau they say yes boleh apply for student exchange. Macam tu. And preferably universiti yang kita ada MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. MOU ni agreement between contohnya UiTM dengan that international university. Kalau kita dah ada agreement, mungkin lagi senang untuk uruskan benda ni semualah. Tapi prosesnya lagi panjang lah sebenarnya. Okay. Ada soalan lain? Adakah ini terhad untuk pelajar kos tertentu saja? Tak. Well, it all depends. Tak terhad untuk TESOL dan sains saja. Kena tengok dekat tu, dekat advertisement tu, dia ada student program course yang dia nak, that they open for it. So kena tengok kriteria tu.
So maksudnya dia terbuka kepada semua, semua pelajar dari setiap program layak, cumanya bergantung kepada permintaan daripada universiti-universiti luar. Mereka memerlukan ataupun mereka nakkan student exchange daripada program mana sahaja kan? Betul,
ya. Kalau matematik, food science, engineering contohnya, dia orang akan specify.
Okey, macam boleh tak kalau ada student kita yang berminat tapi belum ada universiti yang tawarkan exchange program. Contoh mungkin saya daripada PJK nak buat exchange students dengan universiti daripada US. So boleh tak kita yang propose, kita dah ada candidate student dan kita yang propose untuk exchange?
Boleh. Itu yang saya katakan, boleh. Itu yang saya katakan, prosesnya akan jadi lebih panjang. Saya kena approach dulu, tanya kalau boleh ke tak. Lepas tu dia orang akan reply whether boleh ke tak atau macam mana, and what are the documents that they need. So saya akan cuba bantulah dari segi tu. Yang tu mungkin bukan application kena berlumba. Yang tu kita mungkin semua yang apply mungkin mungkin semua yang apply, contohnya 5 orang dari PJK nak pergi ke universiti kat US tu. So 5 ni berkemungkinan boleh semua pergi ke sana. Tak semestinya antara 5 tu 2 orang je, tak. Maksudnya
lebih opportunity lah di situ ya.
Ya. Maksudnya contohnya Encik Izami yang akan membantu. So Encik Izami PJK kan. So ada student Encik Izami. Encik Izami pun kena tengok lah student ni memang okey ke, layak ke, English diorang macam mana. Macam tu lah. Okey.
Capai syarat kelayakan dia tak kan?
Ya, betul.
Untuk pelajar-pelajar yang berminat, untuk pelajar-pelajar yang berminat, instead of awak semua menunggu kalau betul-betul berminat, instead of menunggu peluang datang, mungkin awak boleh ambil maklum universiti mana yang di luar negara tu yang ada MOU dengan kita, yang bersesuaian dengan program-program saudara-saudari, dan boleh approach ataupun boleh berbincang dengan ketua program dan juga Dr. Sheikha macam mana prosedur untuk kita approach universiti tersebut untuk anda semua pergi ataupun menjalankan exchange program yang anda semua berminat. So mungkin yang tu membuka lebih peluang. Tapi sebelum tu make sure that anda semua memenuhi syarat-syarat lah. Terutamanya dari sudut akademik dan juga pencapaian-pencapaian yang lain.
Betul. Ya. Ada soalan dari Alif. Adakah pembelajaran yang kita akan belajar di luar negara sama dengan pembelajaran? Okey, mungkin berbeza sebab diorang punya courses, syllabus kadang-kadang lain ya, intipati dia. Projek pun mungkin lain, mungkin tak ada projek, mungkin benda lain you kena buat untuk mendapat markah. So pembelajaran tu mungkin tak sama. Sistem pun mungkin tak sama. Lecturer pun berbeza kan. So pun tak samalah, boleh saya katakan tak sama.
Bagi pandangan saya sebenarnya itu adalah tujuan sebenar kita kan. Tujuan sebenar kita membuat program exchange, which is pertama kita boleh belajar orang punya culture, learning style, teaching style, and then daripada segala ilmu yang kita dapat di sana kita bawa balik dan mungkin kita boleh adapt di sini. Kita boleh apply dengan improvise kita punya sistem kan.
Ya.
Antara kelebihan program ni dan juga kelebihan siapa yang involved dengan program ni.
Okey, ada soalan lain? Tak ada lagi. Okey.
Ada yang masih berminat ataupun malu-malu untuk bertanya? Okey, kalau ada yang berminat tapi malu untuk bertanya ataupun memerlukan jawapan yang lebih detail, mungkin selepas ni boleh berhubung terus dengan Dr. Sheikha dan bertanya dengan lebih rinci setiap persoalan yang ada, supaya para pelajar yang hadir ni boleh rancang apa yang anda perlu lakukan sebelum apply untuk terlibat dengan program ini.
Okey, ada soalan dari Nur Shazlin. Berapa kali program student exchange dalam masa setahun? Depends. Ya, it depends. Depends pada universiti, depends pada, depends semuanya. So sebab tu kena selalu tengok, follow lah Instagram account dia.uitm itu.
Okey, sekiranya anda berminat, anda perlu untuk ambil tahu, okey, dan sentiasa update dengan setiap perkembangan untuk program ni. Okey, Dr. Sheikha, dan saya kira soalan tersebut adalah soalan terakhir daripada hadirin. Okey, dan mungkin soalan-soalan yang lain anda boleh terus berhubung dengan Dr. Sheikha selepas daripada session ni, dan hopefully that you all already take all the details. Okay, especially Dr. Sheikha punya email kan. Okay tadi.
Sheikha@uitm.edu.my.
Okay, tu dia. Dan juga boleh follow Instagram International Affairs. Okay.
Betul.
So sebelum kita tamatkan sesi pagi ni, so suka untuk saya ingatkan para pelajar supaya mengisi borang pendaftaran kehadiran yang telah dimaknai, okey, di YouTube Live. Okey, jangan lupa dan anda hanya perlu mengisi borang tersebut sekali sahaja. Okey, kalau dah isi tadi, okey, dah tak perlu isi lagi dah. Okey, hanya sekali sahaja. Okey, untuk sesi pagi ini saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Dr. Sheikha Majid kerana sudi luangkan sedikit masa untuk berkongsi berkenaan dengan student mobility and summer program. So supaya pelajar-pelajar baru ni dia tahu apa program-program yang bagus yang ada di UiTM dan diorang boleh involve, maksudnya diorang taklah fokus kepada akademik yang sedia ada sahaja, diorang boleh terlibat dengan banyak benda. Okey, bukan dalam negara sahaja, juga di luar negara. Okey. Jadi kita akhiri sesi pagi ini dengan surah Al-As dan juga tasbih kifarah. Bismillah. Okey, dan jangan lupa juga untuk sesi petang ini bersama ketua program anda. Okey, setiap program saya rasa anda semua dah dapat semua link untuk perjumpaan dengan ketua program ataupun nanti akan diberikan oleh pihak jawatan kuasa. Okey, jangan lupa jam 2:30 petang nanti sesi taklimat bersama dengan ketua program anda. Okey, dengan itu berakhirlah sesi kita pagi ini. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Selamat berkata hari, jumpa lagi petang nanti. Sekian, terima kasih.